So I want to know why you keep talking about relationships so much. Are you having issues, or because don't talk to me?
I am the king of failed relationships. Okay, I've never had one that lasted longer than maybe 2 or 3 months. You know,
That's bad.
Well, it is really bad. Okay. In my opinion, every relationship by its very nature is disastrous.
I don't think Karen and mine's relationship is a disaster.
Yes, it is.
So we're in a disastrous relationship, and we just don't know it. Nobody's told us yet.
Pretty much. But let's just put it this way. Historically, every relationship has some kind of disastrous implications in it.
You're going to have to give me some examples, man.
Okay, all right. So, Sir Walter
Do
Raleigh.
you know anybody else in history other than Sir Walter Raleigh?
Sir Walter Raleigh, according to legend, laid his cloak down at the across a mud puddle and let Queen Elizabeth walk across it, right? And she's totally smitten by him, and she starts throwing all these adornments on him, like castles and horses and everything like that. Then she finds out he's getting it on with one of her bridesmaids. Or what do you call them? The handmaidens or whatever the guys are. Okay.
Tor, who the fuck is Sir Walter?
Hey, can I tell the story, please? Thank you. All right.
Somebody south of New York.
So what? You're in Raleigh. You want to know who Sir Walter Raleigh is?
I'm sorry, man. I'm
Okay.
from New York.
Okay.
Charlotte Raleigh.
Okay, all right, okay. The Queen gets really pissed off at Sir Walter Raleigh for doing that, and she sends him on a suicide mission, all right? Throws the handmaiden in jail. Okay. On the way to South America, he decides to get out of the boat and go have his own little, sabbatical or whatever. Okay, so what happens is everybody else on that boat goes to a little place called Manio, which is now called Manio, okay? They all get slaughtered by the natives, all right? Therefore, Sir Walter Raleigh wounds up surviving, all right? He gets back in the boat, he goes back to England, the Queen dies on the way over, all right? He and the handmaiden get back together and live happily ever after.
I don't get it. What's the point of the story?
Well, the point of the story is that's what relationships are all about, okay?
Wait, if everybody was slaughtered, how did he get on the boat? Did he drive the boat himself?
See, this is our pattern. This is our pattern, okay? That has nothing to do with the story, okay? All right? No, he does this every time. Okay?
The story doesn't make sense.
Every
It
time.
doesn't have to. It's a story, Andrew.
The story is about the relationship. Who gives a shit who drove the boat across the ocean?
Yeah.
He's trying to save his
I'm
fucking life.
I'm trying to get a mental of what's happening as you're telling story. Sorry, it's not there.
Okay, all right. The point is that with relationships, sometimes that's just the way it goes, okay? But every now and again, it goes the other way too, all right? Okay. That's the point of the story. Now, the bad part is that Sir Walter goes back to England. There's a new king, and the guy gets pissed at him, and he cuts his head off, right?
See,
Yeah.
Sir Walter
That's a
Raleigh.
great story, Tor.
I got another one for you. This chick's in a department store, right? And she's buying like clothes, okay? And she notices the guy behind her is like looking over her shoulder trying to steal her credit card number, okay? And so she gets really pissed at the guy, and they get into a fight and everything like that. Next thing you know, they wind up in a coffee shop, okay? Later on that afternoon, they wind up at his place, okay? The two fall in love and they get married, okay? However, the guy comes home a few weeks after they get married, and his whole place is empty. All the furniture is completely gone. Okay? All right? Okay? There's only one thing left. You know what it is? It's the credit card. It's the credit card, which she had stolen from the last guy that she pulled the scam on. All right? So she left him a Dear John letter and said, you know what? If it's any consolation, I kind of liked you. All right? Because like I said, folks, sometimes that's the way it goes, but every now and again, it goes the other way too.
I didn't realize you were British.
I should have said.
No, that's fine. I think it's awesome that you're British.
Can I get you something?
Yeah.
Two glasses of your finest Merlot.
Oh, I'm actually not a huge fan of.
Oh, in that case, we'll have 2 Chardonnays.
Wine is actually not my thing.
Not to worry, like the hard stuff, eh? Very nice. 2 gin and tonics.
I'll just have a beer.
Ah, no worries, no worries. 2 Bass ales.
A Bud Light is fine.
Bud Light, is it? A bit like drinking a pint of water, wouldn't you say? Fair enough. A Bud Light from a lady, and you, kind sir. Sally up to that plastic fountain with the spirit of the UK plastered across it by way of 1 Bass ale. Drop some of God's nectar in that glass, and trot it on over whenever it's convenient.
Righto.
And for us?
I'm not really a tequila shot kind of person.
Pity. Don't mind if I do. This place has a prime rib. Melts in your mouth.
Not a prime rib person.
You'll love it.
I don't really like prime rib. I prefer my meat to be more cooked.
Well, the prime rib here is cooked not a second longer or shorter than it needs
Let's
to
just
be.
say I'm gonna get something else.
I understand that, but the prime rib, particularly in this establishment...
The answer's no.
Really missing out. What should we drink to?
Oh, I don't know. What do you want to drink to?
To the world!
Oh, yep, to the world.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Bartender! Another!
Are you ready to order?
You're ready for a big plate of your delicious prime rib, mate?
I'll just have a Caesar salad.
You're not even going to try the prime rib.
As I said, I'm not too keen on uncooked meat, so the Caesar salad is just fine.
Not even a nibble.
You know, I don't understand this weird obsession that you have with prime rib, but let's just not talk about it anymore, okay?
Of course. Not a problem. Understood. However, if I might just suggest, if you were to try a plate of the prime rib, and then if you don't like it, I'll finish it for you.
I'll have a Caesar salad. Thank you.
Doing a bit of light reading there, are we?
Oh, Les Miserables. Yeah, you know, I never read the book, so I decided it was time.
What a fantastic musical.
Exactly, everyone knows the musical, but I'd never read the book.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living.
Yeah, it's a
I
great
dreamed
song.
that love would never die.
Jeremy, it's a great song.
I dreamed that God would be forgiving me.
Jeremy, I like that song a lot. I love it,
But the
especially when it's
tigers
being sung
come at
on a
night.
stage.
With their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart.
Jeremy.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is a music of a people who will not be slaves again.
You know, we
It
don't
is a
really-
music
we don't
of a
need to
people
sing
who
right
will
now.
not be.
Hey, Jeremy.
When the beating of your heart echoes the
Jeremy,
beating of the drum.
we don't need to
That
sing
is
right
a
now.
life. The
Please.
life. Not when tomorrow comes.
Jeremy, that's enough! Enough! Do you read? Read anything? You read
Do
anything?
I read? As much as I can. I have, you realize, dyslexia.
Oh. No, I didn't. Sorry.
Not to worry, not to worry. It's not such a bad thing at all. You see, when a bloke reads a book, after he's done with it, what has he got? He's got a book that's been read already. But with dyslexia, after I'm done with the book, I can read it again because the words are all jumbled up to mean something different this time. Then what have I got? I've got a different book, haven't I? Same book, different story this time, isn't it?
That's not how dyslexia works.
Oh, it's how mine works.
No, I minored in special education, and that's not how dyslexia works. I studied it.
You studied normal dyslexia, probably, not voluntary dyslexia.
Voluntary dyslexia, what is that?
Voluntary dyslexia. Took years of training, but I finally was able to master the art of it. I can turn my dyslexia on and off, just like
a light switch.
precisely.
Alright, so let me get this straight. You trained yourself to read a book, then turn on your voluntary dyslexia so that when you read it again, the words are all jumbled up. And it makes sense to you when it's all re-jumbled.
Now you've got it!
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. That's impossible.
With all due respect, you're mistaken. It's done through meditation, a quite common practice of Buddhism.
Okay, well, guess what, Jeremy? I have been a practicing Buddhist for 8 years. Not once has anyone ever mentioned to me voluntary dyslexia.
Yes, you practice Buddhism. Buddhism.
Yes.
Well, there you go. I was referring to Buddhism. Boodizm.
Oh, there is no such thing as Buddhism. Boodizm.
There most certainly is. It's the national religion of India.
The national religion of India is Hinduism.
The national religion of India, India, is Hinduism. I was referring to India, Endea, the island state just west of Madagascar, where you'll find the national religion is, in fact, Buddhism. Boodizm.
Here we are. We have 2 plates of prime rib.
I ordered a Caesar salad.
I hope you don't mind. I signaled the waiter to cancel your order because I didn't want you to miss out on the delicious prime rib.
I'll just take my check now.
Check, but you didn't even try the prime rib.
I'm not going to eat the prime rib!
Well, for me.
You know what? And while we're talking about it, I'm also not going to drink a Bass Ale that I didn't order, tequila shots that I don't like, and Merlot or Chardonnay if it's not what I wanted, okay? And you know what? I'm not particularly in the mood to belt out show tunes at the top of my lungs in the middle of a public place while being forced to eat raw meat and having a discussion about something as ridiculous as Buddhism, Boodizm, and a place called India, Endea.
One quick thing. I seem to have forgotten my wallet. If I might just ask one small favor. Miriam.
No, Jeremy.
Miriam, Jeremy? Is everyone here named Miriam and Jeremy?
I beg your pardon.
You see that couple over there? Their names are Miriam and Jeremy.
Your name is Miriam Friedman, correct?
No. I'm Miriam Gladstone.
Oh, good heavens. I seem to have made a terrible mistake. It would appear that I've perhaps I've sat at the wrong table and made the wrong person feel somewhat very uncomfortable. Where to begin? My name isn't Jeremy. It's Todd, and I'm not here on a blind date, at least not the traditional sort anyway, with either a Miriam Gladstone or a Miriam Friedman. I work for a place called Buzzkill.
Buzzkill.
Yes, it's a sort of internet service for recently broken up couples. I work in the freak out your ex-girlfriend department. A bloke named Herbert hired me to ruin the evening of a Miriam Friedman.
You work for Buzzkill.
And another thing, I'm not actually British. The accent is sort of part of the routine that I do. I'm really, really sorry. I apologize. I'm just gonna go. It was lovely to meet you. You seem like a lovely person.
Wait. I work for Buzzkill too. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. My name's Michelle. I work in the manic depressive codependent psycho first date department. Some girl named Jet hired me to freak out her ex-boyfriend.
What?
Yeah.
You work for Buzzkill.
And if we'd gotten along, I was supposed to throw a crying tantrum in the middle of the day and call you a crazy stalker.
We must have gotten the wrong numbers. This is the 3rd time this week. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna call Brooke and have a very strongly worded conversation with her. I'm so sorry.
And I have a confession. I actually am British.
No, like, you're from Britain.
Great Britain, as I imagine most Brits are. Yeah. We've absolutely made fools of ourselves this afternoon. Yeah. But it was really nice meeting you.
Michelle.
It's me.
It looks like our actual targets are actually getting along pretty nicely, and we may have missed the boat today.
not really. And I have to say, I'm quite keen on a man who buys his lady drink.
Well, what do you actually like?
Oh, preferably something old school, maybe Sam Adams.
Perfect. Waiter, 2 Sam Adams, please. Also, I do have my wallet, by the way.
I'm Michelle Parker.
Michelle Parker. Let me introduce myself. I am Todd Lowenstein. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello.
Michelle, it's a really pretty name.
So, Tor, what happened to the guy that got scammed? You never did the story just end with the credit card?
No. That story, I want to get back to that story, actually. I'm glad you asked it because that's one of my all-time favorite stories. All right? And it's indicative of how relationships happen because that's what this whole thing is about, right? Okay. So what happens is the guy's there and his apartment is completely empty, okay? He hears his cell phone ringing and he finds there is one thing that the chick left and she leaves the cell phone, right? And so he picks it up. It's one of those like, pay-as-you-go deals and stuff. He can't trace it. And it's her cousin, all right? So he gets on the line with her cousin, but it's, as the newspapers were to relate it sometime later, it's her cousin calling in from that show, the show where you do the phone a friend thing, right?
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yes.
Cash cow.
Okay, it's her. It's her cousin calling, and she has got this question. So he answers the question for her. Okay, she wins what, $250,000, something like that. Okay. All right. Now what happens is the blonde stranger is now on a beach somewhere enjoying all the riches from the guy that because she ripped off the guy and everything like that. Only what happens is she picks up the newspaper and she reads that, what happened, okay? Now, the girl's cousin, the blonde stranger's cousin, felt like the guy was entitled to some of that money because he answered the question. She gives him half of the $250,000, okay?
Whoa,
so now, he gets $125,000. So now the blonde stranger wants a little bit of that loot because she figures she's entitled to it because why? Because that's her cousin, otherwise none of this shit would have happened, okay? So now she gets back in touch with the guy, she wants to reconcile, and she wants to meet up with him, okay? Only what the blonde stranger doesn't know is that it's all a scam. Is that the cousin had gotten scammed, the cousin's fiance had gotten scammed by the blonde stranger a few weeks earlier, just like the guy got scammed, okay? So they were scamming the scammer, all right? So when they get back together, their plan is she and the guy and the cousin decided that they're going to scam her and they're going to get their money back.
Karen, that early in your
No, he didn't know Karen. He knew Karen. I met Karen the first night that he met Karen, okay?
He tried to hook up with her. I forgot that.
Yeah, sorry. What, I tried to hook up with her?
Yeah.
I would have hooked up with her. I got home.
No, we both met her the first night.
Don't admit to that.
I got home 30 minutes after you met her, okay? If I hadn't, who knows, man, me and Karen, no offense, but, Karen and I have always gotten along very well, and you never know. If I'd gotten there 30 minutes earlier, who knows? What was Karen's response when you proposed marriage to her? Was she thrilled, or it's about time? I mean, there's all kinds of...
Yeah, it was a long time. No, yeah, I think she was thrilled. It was good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she got on the phone, called her parents, type of thing, afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
It was all good.
All right, well...
Actually, she was just elated. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Who wouldn't be elated with a marriage proposal?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, hang on a second. Everybody is elated with a marriage proposal. But what if a marriage proposal came and there was a little bit more to it than just a wedding, just a marriage proposal?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what I mean. So this guy calls up his chick and he says, hey, let's meet at the restaurant. I got something really important to talk about. They've been going out for a while and stuff. And so now, she knows what's going on, okay? It's not going to be that big of a shock, okay? And it wasn't that big of a shock. However, what happened after that was a little bit of a shock.
Well, and then he told me this other thing, and I was just like, oh, heck no.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wow, that poor guy.
Oh, okay, cowboy. I know you didn't come here just to trade dirty jokes. What's going on?
Jill, I've always seen our relationship that was about moving forward. And would always continue to move forward.
Yes.
And I see no reason why we shouldn't take things to the next level.
Right.
Jill, you are the one I've always known would be the one for me. And to make that connection solid, I have this. What's in this case was brought over by my great-great-great-great-grandmother Mabel. On the Mayflower. She got married in England, wore this ring, got married before they left, and wore it. On the Mayflower. And she was pregnant when she got on. And she had that baby, my great-great-great-grandmother Bella, before ever reaching the States. My great-great-great-great-grandmother Mabel died of typhus before landing. And her daughter, my great-great-great-grandmother Bella, was given this ring by my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. Now, you know I'm an only child. I have no sisters, and my mother, Mom, and I discussed it. And on my mother's wishes and on the sacraments of this holy union, I now ask you to take with me. I now give you this ring.
Oh my gosh! Oh, this is the happiest day of my life! You have no idea! Hi, what can I get you guys? It's my family in times of celebration. We like to have, since we're from the old country, we like to have the scotch. And for you, sir?
I'll have what she said.
And for you? Like I said, the scotch. And for you, sir?
Same as her, the scotch.
Scotch again. Okay, I'll be back.
There was just one thing. So you know my mom's kind of anal, so what she thought we should do, or what should happen, or what she thought should happen was that on the off chance, no, I should say the impossible chance that if for some reason you and I should not work out, she wants your agreement that you'll return the ring to her or her family.
What?
It's just a small formality, you know, just mom being mom type thing.
Well, this is a really weird thing to bring up. You know, we're talking about getting married, not anything that could break us up.
Hey, nothing ever could, nothing. It's just a small detail which has absolutely no bearing on the big scheme of things. Which is why I see no problem in agreeing to this one small, tiny detail.
Well, I guess.
There you go.
What's this?
It's a contract, so my mom had her lawyer draw up this stupid contract just to keep everything on the up and up.
So my word isn't good enough?
Your word is completely good enough. It's just my mom, she just wants to make sure everything's official, that in the impossible chance that you and I should part company, then you'll agree that the ring goes back to her. Or her family.
Okay, I was just kind of hoping that this day would be, you know, like, joyful, you know, without any baggage in it.
No. There's no baggage. Like I said earlier, this is just a small detail that has absolutely no bearing on the bigger picture. Wasn't so painful, was it?
I don't understand your mom sometimes.
I don't understand her any of the times. So glad you see this as being as ridiculous as I do.
My parents are just as bad. I mean, they were just as bad if they were alive. They would have done the same thing. Or not.
Well, there was just one more thing. In the equally impossible event or chance that if for some reason, which we both know would ever happen, but if something should happen where I should, God forbid, you know, die, then my mother wants your agreement that in that situation, you'll return the ring to her or her family.
You and your mother had this conversation?
Weird, right?
More like along the lines of insanely morbid, like so what, she just, like, if you were to go, then I would have...
Just to put her mind at ease, she had her attorney draw up this other contract.
She has another contract!
Right, well this one is completely separate from the first. They're like not even connected or anything.
really not how I thought this date was going to go. Like,
Listen, it's like putting up with the annoying cousin at the family routine. All right, think of it as a speed bump. We whip into cruise control, coast over the speed bump, and the speed bump goes away. And we move on with our lives.
okay. What can I get you guys? We're still waiting on a scotch.
The scotch, right.
Oh, 2 scotches coming up.
So listen, I know it's soon, but like I said, this has always been a relationship that was about moving forward. So, and again, and I know we haven't discussed this, but what are your thoughts on the bigger picture?
The bigger picture?
A family. You, me. What are your thoughts on kids?
Kids? Well, I haven't even let it sink in that I'm engaged, so.
You know me, always thinking ahead. Think ahead, plan ahead. That's what you got yourself into.
You know I love kids.
Just like I love kids. We both love kids.
And maybe, down the line, if we talk about it and it's the right time for us, then, maybe.
But as far as right now goes, you think kids are definitely in the bigger picture?
Probably? Yeah, I mean, but down the line
Awesome.
we could.
So you want kids. Totally rocks. Then you will have no problem in signing this.
Let me guess, your mom.
This is just an agreement that you'll agree to have kids, and if for any reason you don't, then you'll agree that the ring goes back to her or her family.
Are you serious?
It's just a little thing.
It's a huge thing.
Well, wait a minute, I thought you said kids were in the bigger picture. If that's the case, then this contract should just be a formality.
Your mom is going to use her ring to intervene in our marriage or dictate what we should be doing, then maybe we should just ditch her ring and get our own ring.
We can't get our own ring. That ring has been in my family for 10 generations.
How can I start you off in the future?
2 scotches for the last time.
Really, I'm sorry. 2 scotches.
Your mother is using it to blackmail us to do her bidding and intervene in our marriage.
Whoa. That is not what's happening at all. She wants our happiness. She wants to guarantee our happiness.
And in the meantime, she's dictating orders and making us sign these stupid contracts. This is insane. Do you not understand how ridiculous this is?
I just have to say, we may be disagreeing on the level of ridiculousness. I agree what she's saying is ridiculous, but not that ridiculous. Look, on a ridiculous scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, I'd probably give this one at least a 4 or 5, maybe a 6.
What if I can't have kids?
You can't have kids?
I don't know. I've never tried, but it could be a possibility. We may try and then find out that I have some issues.
Jesus. Okay, well, in that case, we could adopt kids.
We could adopt kids. What if I don't want to adopt?
I was hoping you wouldn't say that, because my mom kind of made me write this up. In the event or chance that you aren't able to have kids and for some reason choose not to adopt, then you'll agree that the ring goes back to my mother or her family.
This cannot be happening. You and your mother had this conversation how long ago?
Hi, Jason. Ann Mackenzie. You called our offices this week?
And yes, and this is my fiance Jill. Ann is actually a notary public. She works for a great firm.
Miss Carpenter. I need 2 forms of identification. One in the form of a photo ID, either a passport or a state-issued ID.
I don't.
My mom's idea. She just wants to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's crossed. No substitute for clarification.
Hi, I'm Jimmy.
Jimmy, yes.
Answer to your Craigslist ad? We're witness to the signing of the documents?
Jimmy, this is my notary public Ann.
Hi, Jimmy. I'll need 2 forms of ID from you. Oh, and miss, I'll also need a utility bill or some other form verifying.
Stop. Everyone stop. I am not doing this under these circumstances or any other circumstances involving your mother blackmailing us into doing anything for any reason, ring or otherwise. I am not going to have a relationship where I'm under the shadow of someone who is forcing us into her will under the threat of blackmail.
Jill, it's just my crazy mom has these crazy ideas in her
Forget
head.
her. Forget about your mom. We'll carry on without her.
I can't carry on without her. My mom pretty much supplements my entire income.
mother supplements your entire income. When were you gonna tell me that?
Come on, it's not that big of a deal.
Hi, back with your scotches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me know if you need anything else.
This was supposed to be the best day of my life. The day a woman finds out who she is going to spend the rest of her life with is almost as good as the wedding day. That small moment in time where everything is just right and you are literally swept off your feet from pure elation. Instead, I am knocked on my ass from pure shock. I always knew that your mother had a control freak thing going on, but what I didn't know is she was going to dump a mountain of paperwork on me on what is supposed to be my day, insist that it gets legally documented, and then demand that I kowtow to her wishes, offer a stupid ring for her son, who I just found out lives off of his mother.
Oh, wait a second, I don't live off my mother.
You just said that she supplements your entire income.
Well, if you want to look at it that way, I guess I kind of live off my mom.
Thank God I found out what I was getting into before I got into it.
Looks like I'll be eating prime rib by myself. Rough night. Rough week. Rough month. Rough year. Did she fall for it? Hook, line, and sinker.
I still don't get it. Was the blonde stranger in on this whole con, the grift?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. Again, I need things tied up, and you don't tie them up for me.
Look, man, I mean, not every story has got not everything is resolved and wrapped up in a little bow, okay? I mean, sometimes there's these ambiguous things that happen. I mean,
was not a very good story.
Okay, well, was it a con job?
I don't know. It's not wrapped up in your bow.
Let's wrap it up.
Well, what do you? Okay, but it's all up for interpretation, and any good story is up for interpretation, up for discussion. You say it's a bad story, but we're sitting here talking about it. Even if we're talking about the fact that it is a bad story, the fact that we're talking about it right now makes it a story worth talking about.
Here's my interpretation. I think you're involved with a bunch of con artists, man, and I think you need to figure out who's conning who, and if you're getting conned. Because if you're getting conned, then you need to get out of that.
But so, how do you know you're being conned?
You gotta move around. You gotta figure out the con.
Wow.
Everything counts. But isn't that what relationships are all about? Aren't relationships like one big gigantic con?
Good point.
Yeah.
Classic. You're never really showing all your cards. You're always holding something back.
Glass is broken from the window pane. Roof is worn and torn and it leaks rain. All the doors have off the hinges and the floor has sunk by inches. Look what you've done to our house of love. Well, it looked pretty good when we moved in. Not too big enough room to grow in. All our plans to renovate, yeah, you took and turned into hate. Now look what you've done to our house of love.
That much I remember. At the reception. Excuse me.
Did I go to your wedding?
You were in my wedding.
What was it like the first time you met Karen's parents?
It was a little awkward. I don't think I was what they were expecting. She was a UVA girl, only dating frat boys. I pull up on a chopper, hair down to here, smoking cigarettes.
Classy.
They kind of just stood for a minute, looking to see, hoping I was just somebody bringing her there to meet her boyfriend, I guess. But it worked out over time.
All right. I haven't had the worst track record in the world with what I call the can't-miss character of the condescending parents from hell. The other can't-miss character you can always go with is the prostitute with a heart of gold, but the condescending parents from hell. All right, they're always the worst. So, for example, this didn't happen to me, but a guy and his chick have been going out for a couple weeks. They haven't really done the white man's underbite yet because, they're from the South and everything, and they're not like, you don't just jump in bed immediately, thank God, because of what happened next. All right, so what happens is, guy goes to meet the chick's parents for the first time, and they go to the restaurant, and the guy's like really nervous.
I never even met the lady, so why am I so sure she hates me already?
Look, this is a ritual that every guy has to go through. It's like a meeting of the minds. You meet my parents, you realize how annoying they are. It sets their minds at ease when they realize I'm not dating a serial killer.
Oh, not so fast. There have been some incredibly charming serial killers. Ted Bundy made the top 10 most eligible bachelors in Florida lists before they found out his favorite mating ritual was dismemberment.
Just be yourself. Get in there, get this over with,
And then?
you know what, and then?
Tonight's officially the night. You realize if for some reason tonight ends up not being the night, I'd be very disappointed.
Here they are. Mike Williams. Harold Fleming.
Marge Fleming.
Nice.
Looks like you both got started without us.
Oh, yes. We were expecting you about 45 minutes ago, but no worries.
Michael, Marge is a stickler about being on time, especially concerning the time it takes her to put on all that makeup.
Harold. So, Michael, we want to hear all about you. I feel like I know you already. Michelle has had so much to say about this new man in her life.
Hi, can I get some drinks?
She'll have the Chardonnay, and he'll have whatever he'd like to have. But I'm betting Merlot is your poison of choice. Am I right?
Merlot works.
So, Michael, you were saying about your life, livelihood.
Me? Not much to tell, really. In a lot of ways, I feel like my life's just started.
School.
NC State, communications major, minored in broadcasting. Got a lot of, things in the world right now. Keeping the lights on with a temp job out in Research Triangle.
A temp job in Research Triangle. Well, isn't that just wonderful? And Williams, you're Jewish. I didn't know Williams was Jewish.
My father's name. Used to be Willimowski. When his grandparents emigrated, the Ellis Island folks decided that Williams would be better.
How adorable. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us, Michael?
Well, I don't know if it's the fates trying to tell us something, but Michelle and I have the same birthday.
She mentioned that. I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty. Michael Gallagher Williams, 4705 Cornwall Place.
Mother,
Yes.
what did you do?
Yes. What is it you have there?
Well, in your get-to-know chit-chat with my daughter, did you happen to mention you have a credit rating of 570, which is poor under any standards?
Mom, what are you doing?
Where did you get that? I had a few credit cards I let go late of me when I was in school, but they're paid off.
By the way, the prime rib here is excellent if you're wondering what to order.
You know I'm vegan.
Vegan? Since when?
Since I was 6. Mom, what are you doing?
Flunked out of NC State. Twice. Graduated with a 2.2. Barely above the minimum to get a degree. Arrested 3 times? 3 times, Michael?
You were arrested?
Stupid college pranks. I ripped a street sign down on Hillsborough, spinning donuts in a parking lot.
Stupid college pranks, Michael. Doesn't sound a lot to me like an adult accepting responsibility.
Not in the least, David.
Michael, right?
Oh, yeah. Michael. David was the last one.
Oh my God.
Try to understand. We just want what's best for our daughter.
How's everybody's drinks doing?
I'll have 2 more glasses of wine, 1 for now, and 1 in case the second one doesn't come fast enough. Why can't I have a normal relationship and a normal mother?
What are you implying?
Dear, I think she's inferring.
No, implying is to indicate without saying openly and directly.
Inferring is to conclude from something known or assumed, such as the fact that my mother spends most of her days figuring out how to destroy mine. Why should today be any different?
You know what? That waiter never asked me for a refill on my drink. I'm just gonna get something from the bar.
A background check? You did a background check on a guy I've been going with for a few weeks?
We just want you to have the best. And is this Michael person the best, or even the second best?
Your mother makes a very good point, dear.
Where is it written that you can't have bad credit or screw up in school?
Honey, I don't detect a lot of gratitude for your mother and me. We are just trying to make sure you don't make a big mistake like
choosing the wrong partner. And the best way to avoid a mistake is by not to get involved to begin with.
How's everyone doing?
I'm so sorry about this.
It's no worries. Amazing thing, the internet, isn't it? 4G, smartphones. Amazing what you can find out. For example, how many people sitting at this very table know that you are on your third husband?
What is he talking about?
I haven't the vaguest idea.
You are Marge Martha Stapleton Fleming, 1740 Marywood Drive, age 57. Married Harold Fleming, 1983. Prior to that, married Charlie Horn, 1977.
We were not married. Well, technically yes. But we had the marriage annulled. The annulment canceled out the marriage, so it was like it never
So
happened.
what about you and your first husband, Mr. Jimmy Reinhardt, 1970?
Jimmy Reinhardt? I knew Jimmy Reinhardt. Marge could barely stand to be in the same room with the guy. Jimmy Reinhardt?
I was young. I was foolish. He was a crazy drifter. For God's sakes, he left me 3 days after the wedding. I haven't heard from him since.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that you never terminated the marriage? Are you still legally married?
No, not at all. I checked the books. After 5 years, a deadbeat husband is considered abandonment. The marriage is annulled by common law.
Oh, you have a lot of gall, young man, bringing up personal information like this.
Well, what the hell do you call what Mom was trying to do to him?
That was different. I did that out of my love for you, not because I was trying to start trouble.
So out of this same love for her, maybe you might want to tell her that she has a sister you put up for adoption?
That is a bold-faced lie. It's not what you think.
Nothing for me, thanks.
Whiskey sour.
On second thought, I'll have a double scotch.
Jägermeister, any brand will do.
Another Chardonnay, and you can leave the bottle.
The truth is, at one point, I was going to put you up for adoption.
What?
But I didn't. I was pregnant. I was afraid if your father found out, he would be scared away. I was going to have your Aunt Terry adopt you. But then when your father found out we had a child, we backed out of the adoption.
Why would you want Aunt Terry to adopt me? You hate Aunt Terry. You haven't talked to her in years.
It was a way to stay close to you. But then I found out Aunt Terry was pregnant, and she was going to put her child up for adoption.
Marge, this Charlie Horn you told me about, but you said engaged, not married.
It wasn't a church wedding. It was a Justice of the Peace, City Magistrate of Tarboro, North Carolina.
Aunt Terry was going to give her child up for adoption, but still raise me?
Not after I agreed to help her out financially. I loaned her the money so she could keep her child and mine.
Wait, I come from a legacy of sluts.
Oh, no, sweetie, it wasn't that way at all. Your mother and I, we were in love. I still remember that night, the stars and moon and the crisp autumn air. I put a ladder up to your mother's window, and I climbed up when your grandma and grandpa were fast asleep. Then we snuggled up under that pink, fluffy comforter she slept in.
Wait a minute. My room was downstairs in the back right corner. My sister Terry had the upstairs room with the pink comforter.
Oh, boy.
You slept with Terry?
Now, wait a second. A week later, when we had sex in the backseat of my car, you said, "I'm glad this isn't our first time."
I said I'm glad it's not my first time. I had slept with Jimmy Reinhardt 2 months earlier.
Well, that brings up another point. Jimmy Reinhardt! You slept with this guy. You married this guy. I mean, you didn't even want him at the house.
God, who is Jimmy Reinhardt?
I'm confused. This page says that you gave up a daughter for adoption. Was that Michelle, yes or no? I'm not getting anything on an Aunt Terry's child.
Your Aunt Terry decided to keep her child. She went to have the baby at your grandpa's condo in Kona.
Kona? Kona, Hawaii?
She went there, she had her child, and then took you as her adopted daughter, before annulling the adoption. What I didn't know until today was that the child she bore in Hawaii was conceived by your father.
Now, wait a second. We don't know that. It could have been anyone.
Then we should call her and find out if the child she gave birth to was Dad's. I'd like to know if I have a half-sister.
I haven't spoken to her in years. She got married years ago. I wouldn't even know how to get in touch with her.
I was born and raised in Kona. My mom still lives there. I'll tell you what, why don't I call my mom? It's not like Kona's a gigantic city. We'll see if she knows her.
I'm going to do some web surfing of my own.
Hey, Mom.
Now I know why I never met my Aunt Terry.
Doing great, thanks.
How many other random siblings do I have floating around out there?
Listen, I'm just sitting here with this girl I've been seeing.
Is Dad my real dad?
And her wacko parents.
Or am I just a love child from one of these Jimmy Reinhardt or Charlie Horn?
Quick question. What's your aunt's name?
Terry Stapleton.
Thanks. Do you know a Terry Stapleton?
That matter.
Her parents? Harold and Marge Fleming?
Do we have any other relatives?
How's that?
That Dad slept with?
1 second. She wants to talk to you.
Tor, I'm a little confused.
You should be. It's complicated.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than complicated. I mean, is the guy's mother the sister of his girlfriend's mother? I mean, that's a little much, man. That's a little too many steps. Like, it should be a little more simple.
Okay, listen, you haven't even heard the punchline yet.
Jimmy Reinhardt? Remember me? Oh, Yellow, I'm doing fine. Just retired early with a severance.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, the sight of seeing my husband might be too much for you.
What's all this business about you and my wife?
The husband you had a child with? The husband who's been harboring a secret?
My wife, Marge.
Wait, what?
You can imagine my shock and bewilderment when I found out.
Twins? You had twins?
What's that? Out of the closet? Oh, I see.
Yes, I know you were always disorganized. Well, your room was always a mess. What of it?
Well, at least I don't have to worry about anything else happening between you and Marge.
What? We annulled the adoption and then...
You are? Well, good for you.
You might have mixed up the babies?
Who's the lucky guy? Charlie Horn? Oh, my goodness.
What do you mean you might have mixed up the babies?
Congratulations.
You gave me back the wrong one?
So if you've got this straight, your mom's 2 ex-husbands are now lovers. Your dad had sex with your mom and your mom's sister, both of which resulted in pregnancies, your aunts being twins. Your mom gave you to your aunt when you were a baby, but your aunt gave you back. But she accidentally gave your mom the wrong baby, which was one of the twins, making you her daughter, and given that she is my mom, pregnant by your dad, making my dad not my dad, that would make us...
Michael, tonight is not going to be the night.
In the annals of storytelling, there are 2 acts of desperation that are a surefire sign of an amateur. Okay, one of them is breaking the 4th wall. The second one is like outtakes in the credits, like in the film credits and stuff. I mean, you're dealing with a complete amateur when you do stuff like that. The third one is a cameo by the director in his own movie. And let me tell you where that came from. All right, what that came from was Alfred Hitchcock's first film was not his first film, but his first big film was a 1925 film called The Lodger. All right, now in The Lodger, they needed somebody to fill out the extras scene, because you know what a pain in the ass is getting extras, right? So what happened is they needed him, so he goes in and he fills out the scene. He's an extra. So now, because that film was such a hit, he then says, okay, I'm going to do a cameo in all my movies. So Hitchcock does a cameo in all of his movies. So now all these little loony head directors, they always put themselves into their own movies, thinking they're kind of doing a Hitchcock thing.
Tor, so what's the deal about this CeeLo dude?
CeeLo is a legend, man. CeeLo's a legend. Anything you want, CeeLo could get it for you, okay? You just never knew where to find CeeLo. You had to know somebody who could get you to CeeLo, okay? But if you could get to CeeLo, then you could get just about anything, all right? The problem with CeeLo is that CeeLo was also known for doing stupid things to get himself into trouble.
Tell me I don't know how to hook a brother up, because I know how to hook a motherfucker up.
She is absolutely beautiful, man. I can't thank you enough. Whatever you had to do, man, it's well worth it. I mean, this girl is awesome.
Alright, don't let me find out she's some honest looking bitch from Savin or something, man, 'cause I'm gonna clown your ass if she is.
Oh, this ain't honest to me. Where did you get this thing anyway?
Hey, I called my man CeeLo. CeeLo gets shit done. He hooked me up with a nice ride, so don't be driving around like Mario Andretti or Dale Earnhardt and drive that motherfucker into a tree or nothing like that. Because CeeLo will fuck you up. He don't play that shit.
No. I gave you my word. I promise you I will take extra care of her. This is just so cool, man. I can't thank you enough.
Alright, well, you be careful, and once you tap that shit, you holler at your boy and let me know. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, holler my name out when you get one.
Later, bitch.
Can you feel it? I can feel it. This is the dance of my life. Can you feel it?
Nice car.
Did you get the tickets?
5th row from the stage. Let's go.
Can you feel it? I can feel it. This is my chance to get it right. Can you feel it? I can feel it.
So, Catholic, huh?
Very.
So, as far as Catholicism goes and all, how much of the rules and regulations do you actually abide by?
Is there any one certain mantra you had in mind?
Well, no, I mean, you know, attending church every single Sunday, rain or shine, or not eating red meat on Fridays.
Do I believe in premarital sex? Is that the one you were thinking of?
Well, I mean, that would be another one, yes.
No, I do not. Which is not to say that I don't practice it and somewhat enjoy it, but I do feel bad about it. And I'm guessing your next question is about birth control.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to educate myself, that's all.
Yeah. I don't believe in birth control either, but I practice that too. I feel really bad about practicing both of them, but it's okay. That's what confession was invented for.
So, any plan for a confession
I
soon?
have an appointment first thing in the morning. It's not about the commitment thing with me and sex. It's all about the moment, the right moment, the perfect moment.
The moment. Gotta love those moments. What kind of moments specifically were you thinking?
Well, a great concert, a few drinks, and a great car. A great car really sells the moment, doesn't it? A great car when it's going fast, it's truly like, ooh, you know what it's like? It's like an orgasm. But instead of body against body and like flesh pounding, it's tires and pavement, you know what I mean? It's like this grinding, moving, thrusting, starting slow, getting faster, more powerful, until, like, boom! There you are.
Oh, we could always just get to concert and just hang out.
No. There's nothing better than being in a great car, hearing great music, and then having great sex.
For those following along at home, this is what's known as heaven. A fast car, what appears to be an even faster lady. I keep looking for the plane and some 3-foot Hispanic guy. Look, boss, the plane! Of course, at issue there is Fantasy Island is an imaginary place. And that 3-foot Hispanic guy, he blew his brains out. Maybe not a good metaphor to use.
Shit! Thought the concert was at 7:30. It's at 7.
The concert starts at 7.
Really don't want to be late. That would majorly bite.
It's okay. I got this. Sweet baby Jesus!
You can make it!
We're gonna make it!
You're going to make it!
Not gonna make it!
Yes, buddy!
Yo, what's up, my man? What's happening? Say that again?
The least I can do is spring for the booze. I'm gonna get some Guinness. How about you?
I'm actually more of a Yingling guy.
Do I need to get some condoms?
Condoms? If you think we need them.
I'll get some just in case. You can never be too safe.
Yo, where the fuck you at?
Oh my god, Chucky. Man, you hooked me.
Fucking car is amazing. You need to park that car and get the fuck out of there. CeeLo just called me. The car is stolen.
What? Come again?
That's why he said I could use it. CeeLo stole it. CeeLo is in jail.
Are you fucking kidding me right now, man? What the hell am I supposed to do with it? I'm taking it back. I'm bringing it back to you,
Don't
man.
bring it back. I ain't playing. I don't want no cars in my fucking driveway. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hide my cars right now just in
I
case.
can't fucking park it. She's in there getting condoms.
I don't care nothing about no condoms.
To get fucking laid, and you're telling me I have to leave this car somewhere. What the hell am I gonna do? Freaking carry her around town on my fucking back?
I don't give a shit if that bitch looks like Thelma from Good Times, sucks dick like Sarah Vandella. You're parking that motherfucker. Cause I am not bailing your dumb ass out of jail. I already got to bail CeeLo's dumb ass out of jail. And if the police show up at my house, Melanie's gonna be bailing my dumb ass out of jail right before she divorces my dumb ass for being a dumb ass. The ride is stolen. That means I'm aiding and abetting. Park that motherfucker. The cops come hounding my ass, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'll be like Sergeant Schultz and Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing. I don't even know your monkey ass. As a matter of fact, who the fuck is this? This must be a prank phone call. Anybody tap my phone right now? I don't know this motherfucker. You can come arrest his stupid ass. I'll be a witness.
Why are you driving so slow?
Slow? Oh, I just want to make sure we get there in one piece.
Right. You know, these things never really start on time, so we're probably fine.
Good. Good. I can drive nice and slow to get to the amphitheater.
I'm thirsty.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what are you doing?
I'll let you have one of my Guinness.
That's not what I mean. Look, I mean, what if a cop sees us?
It's not against the law for a passenger to have a drink in the car.
Look, I don't think that's a good idea. Isn't there like a law in this state about an open container or something? Please put that away.
Alcohol really gets me in the mood. I might not be able to make it through the whole concert.
Now comes the inevitable moral, logical, practical dilemma. The kind of which for some reason I always find myself in, and for which there is no answer. Dude, Chucky fucked you over. You should have never gotten into the Cadillac to begin with. Dude, it's a moot point. I mean, you can't start the day over again. Think about this. A cop strolls by. He sees that you have a taillight out that you don't even know about. Or maybe he's seeing that she's opened up the beer and you're drinking the beer in a stolen car. You're going to get pulled over, dude. It's not worth it. Are you serious right now? The guy hasn't been pulled over in 8 years. I mean, come on. What does that mean? It means he's about time to get pulled over. Don't you get it? Shut up. Karma, dude. He is not going to get pulled over. It's going to happen. It's a brand new car. It's going to happen tonight. I feel it. Taillight's fine. She's telling you to speed, and you're probably going to want to speed because she's turned on, and it's going to turn you on because you want to have sex with her, and you're going to get pulled over. He's going to pull you over, man, and he's going to arrest you. Then he's going to run your tags. Okay, so you're not going to get just arrested for an open container. You're going to get arrested for a stolen car. It means you're going to jail. You're probably going to end up having sex with some roughneck, big hairy dude. Come Does that make sense to you, man? Give me a break. We need to finish this night out so he can have sex. You're gonna get him in trouble again. It's been 3 years since he's had sex. He wants sex, I know I want sex, and I know you want sex. So shut up! No, you just need to be quiet. You always get him in trouble. Maybe Jasmine here is his future wife, you know? Did you ever think about that? Maybe Jasmine is the one he's supposed to marry. Jasmine's the one? I mean, think about it. You know, they have this great date, they drink, they have sex later on, they get married. I'm talking the whole 9 yards here, man. Marriage, house, children. Jasmine is probably her. We need to keep going with the night. We need to see where this goes. Maybe she's not the one. Maybe she's trouble. Maybe we get arrested tonight, and then all of a sudden she gets on social media, and then all of a sudden, you know, she's like being a major bitch and complaining about him, and how he got us all arrested. You know, Timmy's an asshole. He got me arrested. He stole a car. Shut up. And then who's going to want to date him then? Are you kidding me, man? None of her hot friends. It's over. You're screwed. You're going to jail. And you're not getting any sex. Unless it's with Jim Bob, the frickin' lumberjack. We need to make a decision right now. The decision is to keep driving. All of it. Drive the car. What's the verdict, man? Be with the hot lady. We need to make a decision here. Listen to great music and have sex. All right! I can't deal with the arguing.
Oh my god. You are gonna think I'm the biggest moron in the entire world. The concert is tomorrow night.
Oh. Wow.
I am so sorry. I've been really scatterbrained lately. What do you say we just go get something to eat?
I could eat. I'm hungry. You hungry?
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. This is not really my car.
It isn't?
No. No, I borrowed it from a friend of mine who has another friend who is not really a good guy. He let me borrow this car to take you out on a date with.
So, you borrowed a really nice car so that we would have a great time tonight? I think that's sweet. Trying to impress me. I'm impressed.
Do you like Emilio's? I like Emilio's.
Yeah, Emilio's works for me. But if we drink, we should probably take a cab home.
Good suggestion.
So, what kind of car do you drive?
A Toyota Tacoma.
How fast will it go?
As fast as you want. Or slow.
That sounds like my kind of ride.
There's probably one more thing I should probably say.
You're married?
No. I guess that night of the concert and drinking and wild sex is just not going to happen tonight.
It's cool. Great food and great sex. We'll do.
So take me home, it's alright. I had enough to drink, let's put an end to this night. Take me home, it's alright. I had enough to drink, let's put an end to another rally night.
The blonde stranger and the guy get back together, okay? And they're living together and stuff, and he's trying to get in good with her because he's trying to get his stuff back. And so he's stalking her, right? And he finds out that she's put all of her stuff at the storage bin, right? This one little storage warehouse somewhere in North Raleigh, okay? So what happens is he follows her there. She realizes she's being followed, and when she gets there, she goes to the wrong bin. Well, she just happens to pick the storage bin of this notorious drug dealer who just so happened to be going to that same warehouse. All right, so that guy thinks that they are now trying to, move in on his stash. All right, so what happens is they get there, and the guy gets the two of them at gunpoint. All right. And he tries to explain, look, I was just stalking my ex-wife because I'm trying to get my stuff back, and she says, look, it's all a big mistake. The guy's not buying it.
I'm just your average stalker.
Exactly. Well, they go to her storage bin, and she opens up this huge warehouse of all the stuff that she's stolen and stuff. Well, it turns out the guy was remodeling his house, all right, and he needs some of this furniture and stuff. So they start selling him some of the stuff that she's already done. They sell the guy like $25,000 worth of stuff, and the guy hands it back over to him with cash. He goes home. And then they go back. They go back home, and the guy didn't kill him. You guys do this online dating? Anybody ever done that when you guys were single?
I've done online dating.
Huh? You met your wife online? Really? So what was that like?
The very first time we met to get ice cream, and like as soon as I got out of the car, I walked up and I could tell she was nervous, and I'd never done this before, but I just kissed her immediately to like put her at ease.
Oh, really?
And it worked.
You can actually put her at ease, because when I kiss a stranger right up, it normally doesn't put them at ease.
Like happened.
Wow, at ease must be something different in the sound.
And it was just like different because I'd never done that. She'd never had anybody do that, and it just like we clicked right off the bat.
This still just blows my mind that you coming up and kissing her on the back put her at ease and relaxed her.
I don't
Let's get
know
this
why.
out of the way.
She looked nervous. All of a sudden, she wasn't nervous.
Ron.
Hi, Ron. Julie.
Julie. Yeah. Of course.
I'm so glad you got my message about getting here earlier. Do I look the way you thought I would?
Pretty much. I mean, I pegged you for a blonde, though.
I was. Last year. I like it better dark.
Dark. Dark is great.
I'm so glad you didn't think it was weird I didn't post my picture on my profile.
No, not at all. In fact, I like that. Not into the whole image thing. I might take mine down as well.
Wait, I'm confused. You didn't post your picture on your profile either.
Right. Well, I put it back up for a few minutes, then I took it back down.
So, you're a paralegal?
Yes.
Do you like that?
I don't live my work. What about you?
Well, like my profile said, I work mainly as a translator. I do a lot of European conglomerates. It's not as interesting or exotic as it sounds.
Well, nothing ever is.
Ron, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You seem a little...
First time meeting, first date actually, doing this whole online thing. I'm fine. Fine.
Because you are wasting your time chasing Debbie all week long.
And it's my
When there
time
are
to
so
waste.
many available ladies that are
And
such
it's
a
not
better
time
fit.
wasted, it's
Cute
time
ladies.
invested.
You're missing out. Someone
I'm just
much
being
better for
patient
you
and letting
right
things work
under
out.
your nose.
Who's right under my nose? Who am I missing out on that is right under my nose?
I don't know, but she could be out there, and that's all I'm saying. Someone much better for you. Don't waste your time. Invest your time.
We're gonna start off as friends. And she gets so used to me. She wakes up one morning and realizes that
And
I'm...
you spend the rest of your life pining over something that is never gonna happen. Ugh, this conversation is annoying. I'm done giving you advice. I have to go to the ladies. This is running right
Thanks for
through
that.
me.
Ron? Julie. It's not as interesting or exotic as it sounds.
Well, nothing ever is.
Ron, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You seem a little...
First time meeting, first date actually, doing this whole online thing. I'm fine. Fine.
Yeah. Thanks. Hey, do you mind if I go freshen up?
Absolutely. Bathroom is down that way. Behind me. Behind me.
While I was away, I had a thought. Have you tried
Jennifer?
total honesty?
Jennifer.
Most girls say they want it, which is usually a lie.
Jennifer, I have an issue.
You have a lot of issues.
I think Ron just showed up.
Who's Ron?
Julie's date.
Who is Julie?
As soon as you took off, Julie entered this restaurant. She came up to me and asked, Ron? I said, sure. And so she sat down, and now she's left to freshen up.
Some random girl walked in and you claim to be her date? You do have issues.
No, the issue just walked in. Do you see that guy right there? I think he's Ron. The guy this Julie chick is supposed to meet.
So you're impersonating a stranger?
Don't you start. You said that the right man might be right under my nose, and that I'm missing out. And that I should take the opportunity. I took the opportunity.
I can't help you with this one.
Yes, you can. You can go up to Ron, and you could be Julie.
I could do what?
Just for a few minutes, okay? You could go up to Ron, say that you're Julie, and act all obnoxious and annoying just for a few minutes, and then everything's cool.
And what is gonna happen when your dream girl Julie finds out that your name isn't Ron?
What am I gonna do when my dream girl finds out that I'm not Ron? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there.
Not a chance.
I'll do your laundry for a week.
And the dishes? Even mine and anyone I have over?
And the dishes, including yours and anyone you have over.
You're so lucky I'm your roommate. Can't believe I'm doing this. Ron?
Hi, Julie.
Julie. Wanna get a drink?
Thanks for the ride, Skyner.
Anytime, bro.
If it's cool, and if it's not, that's cool also. If you can pick me up after the meeting, drop me off at the restaurant, then I would be eternally grateful.
That's possible. How long's the meeting?
It's about an hour.
Alright, no problem.
Alright, cool. Well, if you're here when I get out, I'll get that ride. If not, I'll call a cab. Either way works.
Who's the lucky gal this time?
Some Julie chick. She seems cool. You know, you should try this online thing.
I don't think it's my thing.
Oh, no, seriously. Look, they come in two categories, alright? Some just want to jump in the sack ASAP, alright? And others, they're pretty cool. You know, they want to hang out for a bit, you know, and then they want to jump in the sack. And on the off chance they happen to be nuts, you win everything on the first date. And, dude, when's the last time you went out? And I mean on a date.
It's been a while.
I'll tell you what, this Julie chick turns out to be a whack job, I'll give you my sloppy seconds. You like that? Hey, look, hold on to this for me, man. They don't like interruptions. My sloppy seconds. Sloppy seconds. Sloppy seconds. Sloppy seconds. Sloppy seconds.
Hi, Julie.
Julie.
Make-out music.
Lionel Richie.
Coolest friend.
Rachel.
Movie theater, popcorn or no?
Obviously.
Beaches or mountains?
Beaches.
Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon.
Bewitched, first Aaron or second Aaron?
They were both awful, and she should have got it on with Larry. Okay, I must say, a weird part of me was hoping we wouldn't get along.
That is a very weird part. But now?
Now I'm kind of enjoying myself.
Guilty pleasure movie.
Titanic.
Titanic? I was praying to God you wouldn't say that.
Okay, toilet paper roll. Over or under?
Over.
Pizza or Chinese?
Chinese.
Utensils in the dishwasher. Face down or who cares?
Face down. I can't do this. It's dishonest and it's wrong.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
I'm not Ron. Ron's my buddy. He's my best friend. He was saying I need to get out more. I saw his cell phone. I saw your stuff. I came for spur of the moment, expecting nothing. Let alone that I like you. My name's Skyner, not Ron. I'm thinking I'm gonna go. It would be like cheating with my best friend's girl.
Wait. It is wrong of you to impersonate someone. And it would be like cheating. It would be. But what if I'm not Julie?
Wait, you're not Julie? So, if you're not Julie, then how'd you think I was Ron when we first met? How did you think a guy named Ron was coming here to see someone named Julie?
My mind's a blank.
Wait, are you like Julie's roommate or something?
That is such a better explanation than I could have come up with.
So, you came here under false pretenses.
As did you.
Yes, but you had no knowledge of the fact that I came here under pretenses.
Would you excuse me just a moment? I just have to have a brief conversation. I'll just step away and be right back. Hi, we're only friends, but could I borrow him for just a moment? Thanks.
Wait, new information.
No shit, new information. Ron just came in. The real Ron.
I thought that was the real Ron.
That guy is fake Ron. I think the guy that just walked in is the real Ron, and I can't tell the real Ron that I'm Julie because the fake Ron, his friend Skyner, thinks that I'm Julie's roommate.
The fake Ron. You didn't tell the fake Ron you were Julie's roommate. Please tell me you didn't tell the fake Ron you were Julie's roommate.
What do you want from
Please
me?
tell me.
I told the fake Ron that I'm Julie's roommate.
I'm Julie's roommate.
You're Julie's roommate?
I'm so sorry. Her computer was on. I looked on the screen. I saw you guys had plans. I'm the one who sent the message about getting here earlier. Are you mad? I've only been in town a few months, and it's hard to meet people. And you never know with online dating if you're going to wind up with a psycho or a pathological liar or a dishonest freak or...
There's that danger. Sometimes people are not completely honest and open during the first moments of a relationship. Kind of like what we're doing right now.
Thank you for being sympathetic.
I'm not being sympathetic. I'm being empathetic. Okay. Do you see that couple right over there? That's Ron.
Wait, that's Ron? Well, who is she? Because she's not Julie. For that matter, who are you?
Hi. We're only friends, but can I borrow him for just a minute? Thanks. What do you want from me? I told the fake Ron that I'm Julie's roommate.
Hi, I think I should leave right now. This is really weird.
No, wait, don't. I can explain everything. My name is Christopher, and this is just a misunderstanding. My stupid roommate decided...
Hey, you got some friends here, huh guys?
Your name is Christopher?
I don't even know your name. Julie's roommate?
Julie's roommate. I'm Julie's roommate.
How are you Julie's roommate? You're supposed to be Julie.
Ron!
Ron? but I thought you were... Julie?
Yeah.
I am Christopher's roommate.
Yeah, she's
I
my
stole
roommate.
him earlier because, you know, this was happening.
Oh, by the way, we're out of scotch.
Beth Ann. It's actually... All right, hey, you want a toast? Hey, this is unexpected.
Wait, how does everybody know each other?
Does this girl have a name, or are we just?
She's the blonde stranger, man. She's the blonde stranger.
I'm surprised you didn't get her name.
What, the blonde stranger?
Yeah.
But she doesn't leave the name, okay?
Oh, she's a slippery little.
Yeah, well, but I mean, she's got a name. She definitely has a name, okay? It's just that, you know, but you never can tell because she uses a different name every time. Okay?
A grifter.
Nobody knows what her name is. It's like all this mistaken identity stuff. You know that kind of stuff happens all the time.
You've never seen her before?
What, the blonde to the right of us?
No, the blonde stranger. You know what she looks like?
Do I know what she looks like? I might. The blonde stranger's everywhere, man. We've all got a blonde stranger in our life.
The blonde strangers everywhere.
I didn't know about that.
So what happened to the blonde stranger and this guy? Did they end up
They're
getting back together
As
after
the
she
story.
stole from him and then sold his stuff for money? You haven't tied this together, and I know that you say story doesn't have to be tied together, but bring it together a little bit, something for me. Help me out.
You got to understand, the blonde stranger's like a continuing, like, kind of theme, you know, kind of thing. It's like she pops up here, she pops up there. We never know what she's going on. It's the whole mystery of life. I mean, not everything is going to be, like, as I said, resolved, all right? You know, so there's that old joke about the guy that comes home, sees his wife on all fours in the middle of the living room. He says, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm looking for my contact lens." So he gets down to help her, and they spend the next hour looking for a contact lens before he asks her, "Are you sure you lost your contact lens here?" She says, "No, I lost it over there in the corner." He says, "So why are we looking for it in the middle of the room?" She says, "Because the light's better here." And I think that sums up life and relationships. You know, I mean, we're constantly looking, constantly trying to find something. And far too often we're looking way too hard because we've convinced ourselves that the light's better where we're looking. The truth of the matter is there is no perfect light. And for that matter, there's really no perfect contact lens either.
So, Tor, all these stories they're telling, they seem mighty reminiscent of you. You sure this isn't you, just veiled? Like I have a friend who has this type of situation?
Well, that's a pretty interesting idea, but I'm not going to take that one any further.
There are stories to be told. In truth, as we grow old, or accept the bitter cold. All this time we struggle through.
Why does the chick always get to decide whether or not you're going to have sex? Okay, great question. All right. Well, I mean, why can't the guy decide? Well, no, my ex-girlfriend Cindy, out in Los Angeles, you know, our first date, she told me later on, she said, "I knew we were going to have sex before you even came over to my house." Okay, and I said, you know, she had already decided, yes, we're going to have sex. And my thing is this: is given the choice, I would totally say yes, I would want to have sex on the first date, but it's not up to me. All right, and so it's like it's up to her, and I'm just saying, why is that?
No, that makes sense. If a woman wants to have sex with you, most men are just going to say yes.
Yes.
If a guy wants to have sex with a woman, then it's up to them to decide if I'm going to have sex or we are going to have sex.
I'm down at the swimming pool, right? I'm down at the swimming pool in my apartment complex, and I meet this chick, right? She's like 22 years old, right? And so we're talking and everything like that, and I'm like, "You want to get a beer?" And she says, "No, I don't think so." The chick shows back up about an hour and a half later, and she's got this other girl with her named Brandy, okay? And so, like, with Brandy, she's like, you know, they're talking to me and everything, and so this Brandy chick is kind of like, if you're over 45, that's a problem. And I'm like, what are you getting at and stuff? And then the other girl starts talking. She goes, everybody thinks I'm so innocent. People didn't think that I would be capable of having a menage a trois. And I'm like, so by virtue of what you're saying that you've had some, little threesomes like that. And then she says something really vulgar, which I'm not going to say and stuff, but I get the fact that these girls are playing me for something, okay? And then one of them says, do you want to go back up to my, my place and smoke some weed? Now let the record show I have smoked weed on plenty of occasions, I just don't smoke it as a habit, right? But I see what these girls are getting at, so I follow them back up to her place, okay? So obviously I got a couple of real wild betties in my hands, right? So we're up there, blowing each other's shotguns, some of this Jamaican red that they'd scored from wherever. And that's when the chick drops the dime on me and says, oh, I got to pick up my son in a couple of hours. And I'm like, you're the 22-year-old, okay? And so I'm like, you son? Like that. And then it turns out she doesn't believe in practicing birth control, all right? So that's how I wound up not getting my first threesome.
I'm an adult.
Okay, fine. I just can't believe on the first date.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay, I'm taking it into consideration.
No, you're not. You literally have not one thing in common with her.
Okay, thank you, negative pain in the ass.
I'm not a pain in the ass.
Yes, you are.
I'm just telling you the truth. Nobody else will tell you.
Look, right now is not the time for one of your lectures.
I'm not lecturing you.
Yes, you are.
Okay, fine. Go have your
I am
afternoon
going.
delight.
The point is that, I don't know, I felt something here. There was some type of weird connection.
There was a connection.
Yeah, I felt a connection.
But are you sure it was a real connection? Or do you think maybe it was just something that rhymes with connection?
Okay, it's definitely something that rhymes with connection. I definitely felt that too.
Hey, stop. Yeah. Here.
Get it.
I got it.
Get it.
Oh my god. What would you do without me?
You good?
Yeah.
Look, I appreciate everything that you do.
Okay, you're very welcome. Go on.
I'm going, but you need to understand. There was definitely something there, and I have to go in here and figure that out. I mean, maybe, just maybe, this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Ugh.
Whatever.
Alright, go.
I'll call you
Hey,
later.
if for some reason it doesn't work out, there's a cocktail waiting for you on Glenwood, okay? Go.
See ya.
Alright, good luck.
Hey! Hey, I was getting my car worked on down the street and said if I was ever in the neighborhood to stop by. So here I am.
Come on in.
So, how's the job search going?
Pretty good. I interviewed with a retail place this morning.
Retail.
Good evening. I'm Ira David Wood III. The story you have been watching was altered from its original format to exclude one of the 5 soundtracks on its original documentation. This exclusion, without question an act of madness by distribution executives, eliminates a critical subtext of the narrative, requiring further illumination. NASA engineers, in association with the Motion Picture Association of America, created this device. This contraption, a state-of-the-art, centuries beyond its time audio receiver, possesses the ability to interpret not just physical audio transmissions, such as the human voice, but the very algorithms contained within the makeup of the human voice, thereby granting the capability to capture and interpret the quantum waves emitted by the human brain during the act of verbal communication. The result is not only a reception and transmission of the human voice, but that of the actual thought patterns of human beings. This device was manufactured in a cooperative effort to provide motion picture entities across the globe the dual experience of, well, for lack of a better phrase, what's being said and what isn't. This miraculous invention, this space-age mechanism capable of delivering heretofore unheard of audible transmissions, was prognosticated with precision and dynamic intuition to create a result that is equal parts insight, invention, and transparency into the human character. And tragically, the unfortunate result of complete preposterous nonsense. No one would want such a device. It's a terrible waste of taxpayer money, and it's a bit silly when you stop to think of it for a moment. Nevertheless, it was incorporated here. So we now bring you back to the original story, retold in its entirety, in its original audio format, with the additional track featuring additional dialogue, with original thought patterns.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Give a shit what you're saying.
She isn't right for him.
Yes,
not a
I do.
chance. I bet my vibrator has more personality than she does.
No, you're...
I bet my vibrator batteries have more personality than she
Not
does.
one thing in common with her.
Except the same STDs.
Okay, what's up with this look anyway?
I'm not a pain in the ass.
Though there are a few things I love to shove up yours.
What are you going for? Eccentric
I
grandma?
get trichinosis just looking at you.
No wonder you can't get laid.
Speaking of which, how old are those batteries?
Okay, fine.
I would never sleep with a guy on the first date.
I am.
Well, except that one time.
How long do I have to listen to this shit?
And then that other time.
Before I can get out of the
Okay,
car?
I would never sleep with a guy on the first date unless it should
There
have.
was a connection.
Yeah.
Especially when I was banging her in the hot tub.
Oh, it's so frustrating that he's hot.
Maybe it was just something that rhymes with...
Oh, that was good.
Ooh, grandma made a sex joke.
I definitely felt that too.
Hey, stop.
Whatever soap you're using isn't that bad.
Oh, booger, gross.
Am I seriously getting a hard on with eccentric grandma plucking hair from my chin?
Good.
Lose the beanie and sage and maybe
Look.
we'll
Why are
talk.
the hot guys also the biggest pigs?
I appreciate everything that you do.
Oh, barf.
Although the occasional handy every now and then wouldn't suck, you know?
There's definitely something there.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Go
puke.
in here and figure that out.
I seriously
mean,
am going to puke.
maybe, just maybe, this is the beginning of a beautiful
That's it.
I
Whatever.
know how you feel.
Alright, go.
I'll call you
Hey,
later.
if for some reason it doesn't work out, there's a cocktail waiting for you on Glenwood.
Did I seriously just offer to hook up with him if his first choice doesn't work out?
Later, moderately sexy granny.
Next up, Batteries R Us. See ya.
God, that's over. Jesus. Okay, here's the plan. The plan is, wait a minute, that's right, I don't have a plan. I'm just randomly showing up. She said come by sometime. Why would she say that if she didn't mean it? But as soon as she opens the door, the eyes will tell me everything. If she wants me, if everything is cool, I'll be able to see it in her eyes. What if she asks about the car? What do I say then? God, I hope she doesn't find out I lost my driver's license.
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm gonna have to make something up. Quick.
Hey, I was getting my car worked on down the street. He said if I was ever in the neighborhood to stop by. Here I
You
am.
thought I was serious?
She definitely wants it.
If he thinks he's getting any, dream on.
Man, do I know women or what?
So, how's the job search going?
Like I give a shit.
Like you give a shit.
I interviewed other retail places.
Like I even give a shit.
Retail.
What a pointless job.
Retail's for hustling.
Jesus, who wrote
You
that?
hustling?
Maybe I could do him.
Why not?
If I could get another free dinner out of it. Angus Barnes sounds about
Can I
right.
get you something?
You bet you could.
Sure, what do you got?
Wonder if he can change oil in a car. I could totally milk this for all it's worth.
I say we both get shit-faced drunk immediately. Nice jersey.
Sleeping with the pitching staff has its advantages.
Cool, huh?
Not to mention some of the infield.
I hate not knowing if she wants to do
Go
it.
walk back.
They're all walk-ons, so technically it doesn't
Cheers.
count.
Why does a woman always get to
The
decide?
hilarious part is he doesn't even know I've decided I'm gonna do it.
Sorry. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good wine.
Compared to what? Piss in the glass?
Fresh from the dollar store.
So that's more where that came from.
Did I pay my Visa bill this month?
Lots.
It's so funny watching them try to guess if they're getting any. Did you have fun the other night? All 3.5 minutes of it?
Yeah, I love 42nd Street.
How about a repeat of the last half hour of the night?
It's not the part of the evening I meant.
Oh, you meant, yeah. You meant when we,
Let's make this interesting.
Yeah.
Damn, she's jocking me. Girls want it just as bad as guys do, right?
You know, food was good. I liked the place, but that last part, that was the best.
Hutch. Hutch. I'm curious. What do you think of me? God, I love this.
The term sex goddess comes to mind.
In what kind of way?
As a person, human being.
You're a very nice person?
Nice meaning polite, lustful, cordial, loose. Likes ladies.
Honest.
You know, she's messing
Nice.
with me. And I don't have a choice.
Nice kind of way.
And she knows I don't have a choice.
Let's see his mouth drop. Did you know that I'm bisexual?
I just hit the mother load.
No. Oh, I did not know that.
So the image of me being with another woman doesn't make you comfortable?
You out of your mind?
Totally fine by me.
I could fantasize about that every day.
Totally fine, or don't look away now. More than fine. Keep those eyes right. Maybe worth exploring kind of fine.
How about every fantasy I or any other red-blooded heterosexual American male has ever had since I was 10 years old kind of fine?
That would be...
Fine.
Fine.
I have this friend. Did I tell you about her? Brandy. She's a friend. A really good friend.
Doorbell.
Doorbell. Let's see who it is. You never know who might pop in. What's wrong with a menage a trois? There's nothing wrong with a menage a trois. How much you want to bet that even Billy Graham must have considered it? I hope Brandy brings over an extra dose of her pill. Those things are expensive.
Is she or is she not suggesting a threesome? What if I'm wrong?
I could always make him buy it for me later. Then while we're at the drugstore, we can also fill up on makeup, perfume, hairspray. This is so perfect.
Mom! Dad!
Would you mind watching over Tramp for a little longer?
What the hell are they doing here?
We're just in the neighborhood.
Thought we'd check out the new place.
Sure, come on in. I've died and gone to hell.
Like maybe an hour?
That's cool with me.
Hey, Tramp! How you doing?
Hutch, nice to meet you.
Another oversexed bastard.
Hutch! Alan Friedman.
Another what? Karen Friedman. God. So nice to meet you.
There's so many nice boys in synagogue.
God, why are you doing this to me?
Well, we didn't know you had company.
Trouncing around like that, half
You
naked.
don't want to intrude.
We're not leaving until you do.
Not
fella.
at all.
In that case, we were about to have a drink. Do you want one?
At 3 in the afternoon?
Iced tea's fine.
I'll have whatever you're having.
How about a double vodka?
So, Hutch, what do you do?
Besides my daughter.
As in,
He is kind of hot.
Job, work.
Mom's
Who
not
is this
so
guy?
bad
Where does
either.
she find
Oh,
these guys?
yeah.
My God.
He wants me.
I mainly do
the
IT
Safeway
work
or
for
something.
a tech company.
God,
Here's a
Sal.
threesome to fantasize about.
IT, excellent.
God, I hate IT
I
guys.
should get your contact information.
Alan's gone
My
next
office,
week.
We're forever having network
You can
issues.
sleep with your secretary. I can have some fun too.
You know, Hutch,
Stop throwing at
I
this
think
guy.
that technology is one of the most fascinating fields out there, quite frankly.
I agree. There's so much future in IT.
So says the woman who can't even send text messages.
Did you go to school for
I
that?
wonder if they've already
She
sent
didn't know what a computer
He
was until I
graduated
brought
from
that
NC
thing
State
home for her.
God, I so wanted some action.
Sure did. Is that what I told her?
Wonder if they're already doing it.
Does a Dr. Stitzinger still teach there?
Where does she find these guys? My God.
Nope. Jeez, I didn't even go to college.
Are you kidding me? He was the IT guy. You must have taken a
I
class.
even dated him. Man, maybe I'd look him up.
Stitzinger.
Stitzinger.
No, it's Stitzinger.
Stitzinger.
No, Stitzinger.
And you think I don't know about the tennis pro? Well, it's deuce all the way, baby.
Yeah, well, you must have had him, right?
He was fired before.
I got a pretty
he
good secretary,
was
too.
able
She
to
takes great shorthand.
He was fired.
Yes, he died.
He died.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
How'd he die?
It was like a truck.
It was a truck?
Or a train. Something starts with a
Something
T.
that hit him.
Stitzinger.
Stitzinger? Gur.
No, it's Stitzinger. Stitzinger. Yeah, you know he was the tall guy with black hair. I
He
should.
did not. He had brown hair.
He had
Light.
black hair.
No.
Yeah, he was. And he had that
You know,
tweed
I
jacket.
think
He
we
always
should just
wore
respect
tweed.
the memory of him, you know, and just not discuss this. I
He
will
is. I can get anyone I want. God, he's not here.
Would you listen to me? Didn't we just go to some counseling session that says you're not listening to me? But you didn't even listen to what you were supposed to listen to. My God, I can't believe this.
Remember correctly.
pronounce my name. I
I
just
had
don't
so many
think it's
classes
important. I
with
think
him.
this is really trivial and we
Well,
should talk about something else.
look, honey, it's sometimes
30 minutes ago, I was about to have the fantasy of my life.
right now.
What the hell happened? Am I getting punished for something I did back in the day?
That's right. You get the facts.
You should know how great the tennis pro at the club was in bed last night.
Relevant. It was my whole life was Dr. Stitzinger.
I bet you she's sleeping with guys all over the place. Well, because of her mother, I mean, the perfect example of, being oversexed.
You guys could argue at home about this. Right now you're in my space, and I just
Your space. Oh, okay. Sorry. I mean,
Give her some respect. She's right. Her space.
oh, come on. Take her side all the time. Take her side. That's all. That's what you gotta do.
you read about that.
You passed him.
Miss Friedman. I wasn't expecting you here.
Mr. Kimball, I wasn't expecting you back until.
Did you get my email? My Italian leg got canceled. I'm not going to be in China for 2 more weeks.
Mary Lynn, you didn't tell us you took a roommate.
Roommate? This is my house. She's house sitting for me while I'm out of town.
Then what happened to the deposit I gave you to put down on a new place?
I may have spent it.
When did you give her a deposit? We said we weren't going to keep giving her any money.
I gave her the money a while back while you were busy sleeping with the tennis pro at the club. Remember that?
Don't give me that,
What?
Alan. Everyone in the city knows you and your secretary have been carrying on for years.
Oh, that hasn't happened for months. Come on.
Well,
you're always
Shorty,
bringing the secretary
You
up.
didn't think I knew about
No,
that.
we gotta
Come
get this
on.
straight, honey. Come on. She thinks, see, that old thing, that didn't happen. I didn't bring it in front of the child here. Come on, you know that's true, but we all know about the tennis pro. Because,
This is inappropriate. No one wants to
what do you mean she's talking about? She's talking, she's sleeping with the
I wanna
tennis
have
pro.
some-
I mean, what does he think about this, for
I know,
God's
but I
sake?
want to have some fun.
look.
I want to have some fun.
We want to have some fun. That's why we're going to these couples classes so we can learn how to have fun
I'm not having
together.
fun.
No, I'm not having
I want to have some fun. You're having fun with your secretary. Hello.
fun. That's why we're going to these classes to have more fun together.
Oh, it sounds like fun.
Oh my God. Well, she's always brings it up in public. What am I supposed to do? Your space is his space, according to him.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Brandy. You must be Hutch.
Yeah, I must be a complete nutcase to think that this was ever going to work out.
Mary Lynn and I have a fun afternoon planned, and I'd hate for you to miss out while she and I do whatever.
Yeah. Well, look, why don't you go on inside and I'll just be out here slitting my wrist. Have fun.
Hey there, you big stud. Did you get lucky?
No.
Yeah.
It got weird in there. It was pretty complicated. There's a lot of curveballs, a lot of fumble rooskies. I don't really know exactly what just happened in there.
Ugh. Did you hate that? It's like unspoken crap.
Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it? Why can't people say exactly what's on their mind?
Well, you can with the right person.
Exactly. I mean, there's no underlying tone, no guessing of what the other person's really thinking. I mean...
Hey, get in. You want to go get that drink?
That's the best suggestion I've heard since the last time you made that suggestion.
Oh, I'm great at suggestions. I make great suggestions. I give great suggestions.
I bet you do. Wait, you hear that?
No. I don't hear anything.
Listen.
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. There's no bullshit going on right now. You know what? This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
With benefits?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's your call. It's always the girl's call. I've learned that.
It's fine.
Hey. How you been?
Good.
What is your real name? I mean, this whole time that I've known you, I don't know what your real name is. I know it's not the same one we got married under. That had to be a phony
Doesn't
one.
matter.
All these guys you've been doing all these grifts with, I mean, I know that's... I just got to have something I can call, you know.
And?
All right, the way I see it, if you and I were characters in a movie right now, and this is the final scene of the movie, we would come to some kind of a startling revelation that everybody would remember was some kind of a manifestation of something that happened earlier, and it would reveal this kind of like unrequiting love that we had with each other, and everybody would immediately realize that you and I were, at some point in time, going to ride off into the sunset together, which is what we would probably do over the end titles. However, if this was a television show, we'd zing each other with a couple of one-liners, the producer's credits would roll, theme music would come up, and then you and I would ride off into the sunset together. However, if this was a novel, then what would happen is that there would be something in the final chapters that the reader would realize referenced something in the first few chapters they had not realized up until that point in time, and then you and I would wind up together, which is what we would do as soon as the epilogue came up.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just wish that one of those three things was happening right now so that we could get that ending.
Actually, my name is...
This is the dance of my life. Can you feel it? I can
How do you feel about these takes so far, baby?
Like I've been dragged down Hillsborough Street with my tongue tied to the bumper of a garbage truck.
Okay, all right. What can I do to make this work better for you?
Who served scotch in a wine glass? Dear God, your mule has diabetes. I had no beard when we started this.
I mean, let me ask you this. What do other directors do when you talk to them like this?
I don't talk to other directors this way because they have an elementary grasp of what it is that they are to do.
And I don't.
You really don't want that in your shop. You know you don't want that in your shop. Space age device with a... I threaded those when I was in junior high school, for God's sake. Who pissed in this?
Do you think that the dialogue that I wrote there, is it going to be clear to the audience that...
The what you wrote?
The dialogue.
That was dialogue? A man named Tor comes from Shelby?
Yes.
Oh, dear Jesus. It's a sign of the end of time.
I had a stellar reputation, as a matter of fact. I felt I was good at casting more than anything else.
Jack the Ripper had a stellar reputation. It doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
Is it Tor or Thor?
Use the word fuck a lot. Is that okay? Or do you want to bleep that out? I mean, I know you have a reputation.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck is a good word. It's a Shakespearean word. Right before his plays, the stage manager will walk down and said, "Shut the fuck up. The play is beginning."
It's alright. Had another drink. Let's